Good morning, everyone. Jim Laird joining you live from one of my favorite places here. This is just about 10 minutes from my house. Um, we'll show you the cool Diria sign here, but this is a volcanic lake. It's right by my house. Really cool. It's a lot cooler up here. I come hiking up here. There's a really cool hiking trail, but this is this really cool sign behind me there. You can see Diria. I'm here nice and early. There's restaurants up here, and luckily I'm here early. The two things that they're very serious here about Nicaragua is one is barbers. They're very serious about barbers. I've been to multiple different barbers. I've really enjoyed getting my hair cut. I shave my head with a straight razor, beard trim, the whole deal. And because it's so cheap. Like the guy today charged me $2 for a full head shave and a beard trim, and he took like 45 minutes and did a really, really good job. So obviously I gave him a little more than that, but just really, really, they work all the time, every day, Sunday. Like I got my hair cut at 6:30 this morning. Yeah, pretty cool. Outdoor barbershop on the side of the highway. So cool. So the other thing they take very seriously here is music. And the music is really, really loud. So loud to the fact that I get a headache. So I literally will go up here and eat, or I'll have a drink, and I'll get them to bring it to me down here so I can actually hear, because it's so loud. But I go hiking down here all the time. So let's get right to the topic: how to change your life. Now, this is most people have to suffer before they'll actually make a change in their life. And really, the number one thing you have to do, because a lot of people will just get like, well, I have to work harder. I got to train. I'll get people that came to me over the years. They were running marathons. They were doing what they thought was going to make them better. And a lot of times they skip and ignore the things that actually really move the needle, which is things like rest and sleep. And then people in our modern world are just so busy, they don't make the time to relax. And then when you do work hard, you want to make sure you're doing things that actually are going to move the needle for you. So really, when you're in a bad place, it's a matter of rebuilding habits. And that's really the key. Most people have gotten stuck in a trap. They've been pulled into this modern lifestyle where essentially you're on your phone all day. You're not spending any time out in nature. Your circadian rhythm is broken. You're not sleeping well. This affects, you're going to eat more junk food. The junk food itself is designed to make you eat more, eat and drink. You're going to drink more alcohol. You're going to eat more processed food. And it's just this vicious cycle of like not sleeping, overeating, overstressed, try and train it off, and you can't. And it just kind of repeats and spins and spins and spins. So sometimes people will suffer enough and they'll actually make a change. Usually you need a little help. You usually need somebody to come in and say, okay, look, you're in this bad spot. You need to start with, walking outside 3 times a day. You need to start with, eating a protein at every meal, and you have a coach come in and systematically keep you accountable. And that's the one thing I noticed from owning a gym for, a long, long time is people need to hear the same thing over and over and over again. And, most people can't hear something once and then make that change and let it stick. They need someone to remind them. So that's where coaching comes in, right? So, the biggest thing you have to do when you're trying to change your life is 1, accept where you are. And 2, you either need to sit down and do a self-assessment, or you need to have somebody else help you assess with that. And so, 1, you got to fix your circadian rhythm. That is I think from my experience, I've obviously helped people long before I knew about the importance of circadian rhythm and getting outside. But obviously I would still recommend people walked outside. Even when I first started, I knew getting outside was good, but I didn't really understand how much it really did move the needle. So you got to get outside. You got to fix your sleep. Once you fix your sleep, once you get outside, everything else becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier to be mindful during the day. You're not exhausted. It becomes a lot easier to make better food choices. You're just a better human when you sleep and you get the lights off at night. So that's the first step. And then you got to start looking at eating more real food and getting rid of processed food. That's really the second step, because that's why we do the protein at every meal after that. And then, if you eat protein, vegetables, and a little bit of starch, and you're getting 3 or 4 good meals in a day. And I know there's the people in the quantum space that'll say, hey, it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you get enough sun. I get more sun than anybody else. And I'll tell you what, it matters what I eat. Like, I get away with a lot more things down here than I do living in the United States. Like, I can eat more carbs and I can eat beans and things like that I can't tolerate in the US because I'm closer to the equator and because I'm getting a ton of sun. But it matters what you eat. Like, no amount of sunshine and cold therapy is going to make up for a shitty diet. I'm sorry. There are exceptions. There's people like Michael Jordan, Usain Bolt, who are just like, they can eat McDonald's and go out and run. Like, those are just outliers, right? But the average person, no matter how much sun they get, they still need to eat good food. They still need to take care of themselves. The sun is very important. It's been underplayed. It's probably, circadian rhythm is, my opinion, the most important thing to your health, but you got to eat good food. You got to eat real food. This notion that you can eat, shit on a shingle and still do well. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in working with hundreds of people. I haven't seen it in my own life. So maybe I'm just not getting enough sun, but literally I'm outside 98% of the time. I go to the gym. All the gyms here have windows. They don't have fake lights. So I'm literally living 98% of my time is spent indoors. The only time I'm indoors is when I sleep. And literally I have windows that are open the whole night, the whole day. They're never closed. So there's no artificial lights at all on in my house. And what I eat still matters, right? I get a little more forgiveness here with carbs, but I can tell a huge difference when I'm not eating well. So eating real food, fistful of protein, fistful of vegetables at every meal, a little bit of carbs. You don't have to even get into that many details if you're just looking to like look good and feel good. And obviously, if you want to be a bodybuilder or something like that, you've got to get into like some serious counting and tracking, and that's no fun. So that moves the needle. And then you got to look at what you're drinking. Like, high quality water is super important. We got to make sure that we're drinking water that I actually ordered a water distiller, because it's so hard for me to get like bottled water, like glass bottled water here. I have to go all the way to Granada. And so I ordered a water distiller, and I'm going to remineralize my water. So I'm going to distill all my water here, because I just can't get, I can drive I can run to Granada or Messiah and get like spring water, but it's really expensive. It's imported from the US. If it's in glass, it's even more expensive. And then, you worry about dropping it and stuff. And, I want to try and avoid drinking all the small plastic bottles all the time. So I actually ordered a water distiller through Amazon. It's one of the few things I haven't been able to find here in Nicaragua is a water distiller. Usually, I'm sure if I looked around in Managua enough, I could find it. But I've found, air fryers, I've found crock pots, I've found all this stuff for a reasonable price. Actually, you can buy a brand new Samsung phone here for $200 US. And then you just go to Claro and you pay monthly. You pay $16 a month for unlimited internet and phone. Like, oh my gosh, I wish I could just give up my American line. I have my phone number that I've had my whole life, so I don't want to do that. But man, it's like, the same phone that you get in the US is only $200 here, and they're charging you $1,100 for it, through AT&T or whatever else. It's crazy. So there's that. So I'm getting a water distiller. I'm gonna basically remineralize that. So that's something I need to do. And then getting the lights off at night. Like, you can get up in the morning, you can get your morning light, you can do really well during the day getting out. But then if you're sitting there watching Netflix at 10, 11 o'clock at night, that is not going to help you at all. And it's going to shoot all that to hell. And then having some social connection. I struggle with that a little bit. It's, you know, a lot of the communities that I'm creating online are part of me wanting to have more social connection with like-minded people. Man, he did a really good job on my beard. That's the best. I think that's the best beard trim I've had in a while. Well done. So that's part of it. I actually am doing really well. I'm learning Spanish, and I've made some friends here. And the farm I live on, there's a few people that are living on there as well, and we kind of hang out and chat and stuff from time to time. So I am having, and I have friends come down all the time. I just had 2 really good friends come down from Florida and hang out. So I'm doing better on the social stuff. So that's been helpful. But really, you know, most people have to hit rock bottom before they really make some serious changes. And a lot of times, depending on how deep a hole you've dug, it takes time. Particularly, most people have a really hard time understanding how much stress they actually self-induced stress they're under. And that's where I like things like the Aura Ring that you can wear in airplane mode that will actually show you how much psychological and how much like emotional stress you're under during the day. Because a lot of people are completely clueless about that. They have no sense at all of how much stress they're actually under. I hope this is actually showing up good. I'm actually doing this on my cell phone down here, as you can see by the crater. So we'll find out. I figure this would be a fun little experiment to do. But you know, that's where the coaching comes in. And obviously, if you need my help, I love to try and provide as much free information for you as possible so that you can take action on your own. But if you do need help, particularly with the accountability aspect of it, I'm more than happy to get on a call with you and discuss the options I have and come up with a custom plan for you. I've been obviously pushing the over content for over 40 men because I'm launching a group I'm taking 10 guys on in January, and we're basically going to do a complete rebuild transformation for 12 to 16 weeks. I haven't decided yet. So if you want to be part of that, you can get on a call with me. You can go to vitalitybrotherhood.com and go to coaching and then book a call with me. We can talk about that. If you're a lady, I still do work with a lot of ladies. That's a big part of what I do. Just because I'm promoting content for men doesn't necessarily mean I'm still not working with women. I have plenty of female clients I still work with. I love working with female clients. I mean, if there's enough demand, I'd even start a female group, get maybe one of my female coaches, friends or doctors to help with that. We'll see. But, you know, by all means, just go to Vitality Brotherhood and go to coaching and then just book the call on there. It's not a big deal. If you're a lady, I'd love to talk to you about how I can help keep you accountable. We can come up with a custom plan that best suits your needs for accountability. If you need a complete, you know, rebuild of your workouts, if you need, you know, me to take a look and talk to you, you know, and everybody's a little bit different. Some people need to do all the habits. Some people only need 1 or 2. Some people, you know, they add a little bit of exercise in, or they cut back their exercise. Actually, I had one young lady on a call we did yesterday. She was like, no matter what I did, nothing moved. And she's like, I finally decided to resign from my job and I got another job. And she's like, my resiliency went from very low to like super high within 2 weeks. She's like, it was my job that was stressing me out. So a lot of times my job is to take a look from the outside and say, hey, here's some things that are causing issues for you. You might want to take a look at it. So I'd love to chat with you, get on a discovery call, figure out what you need. If you're a guy and you're in a really bad place, in January, I'm going to be rolling out, I think I'm going to take about 10 or 12 guys. I'm going to be rolling out a highly personalized program, the whole deal, like lifestyle change, you know, daily check-ins, you know, group calls. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to be rolling that out in January. So if you want information about that, or if you want to get on the list for that, I'm only taking 10 or 12 people. You can book a coaching call with me, or you can email me at jim@vitalitybrotherhood.com. You can do that as well. And then, of course, I've still got my stuff I'm doing at Stillman Wellness. You can get on that email list there. I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow, actually. I think the time zone changes tonight. So it would be 9 Eastern. It used to be 10 Eastern because the time doesn't change for me. It just changes for you guys. You guys fall back and I don't move at all. So it'll be 8 here and 9 for you. It's on YouTube. You'll see it. It's basically how to maintain and develop explosive power. Probably the most overlooked thing. Everybody's talking about muscle, and increasing muscle and strength does help with explosive power. But you really need to develop explosive power and maintain explosive power as you age. It's one of the first things that actually goes. And it's really important, particularly if you like trip and fall, or like say somebody's like comes screaming around the corner in a car, like here in Nicaragua, and it's going to hit you in the crosswalk. You need to be able to like sprint out of the way, or like a little kid is like, you need to be able to grab the kid. And so there's some really simple drills that we can add in no matter what level you're at to help maintain that without hurting you. That's super important. So we're going to be going over that in detail tomorrow. I'm going to give you literally give you the blueprint for, I'm really trying to give out as much information as I can. I'm really going to give out the blueprint on how to start no matter where you are with that. And so that you can implement some of this stuff immediately into your workouts and get some success from it. So that's tomorrow. And then the Thursday webinar, I haven't really decided exactly what topic I'm going to do. But if you go over to stillmanwellness.com, you get on the email list there, you'll get, or if you go to the Vitality Brotherhood, if you go to vitalitybrotherhood.com, you join the Vitality Brotherhood. If you're over 40, I will announce, I will put a link to register for that webinar in there as well. And then the webinar will be in there as well. And then the webinar, we end up putting that in the Optimal Wellness membership at Stillman Wellness. And then we'll also send out an email notification Wednesday night for you to get on that webinar. And then the recordings, of course, will be in the Optimal Wellness membership at Stillman Wellness. And I haven't decided exactly what topic I'm going to cover this week. It's probably going to be workout related. I'm going to take a look and see if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments or email me at Jim at vitalitybrotherhood.com. I'm here to help you and provide information for you to help get you in a better place, whether that's directly or indirectly. Either way, I want to help make your life better and easier, and help you simplify things from my decades of working with people and trial and error and experimentation and all that good stuff. So one last look here around. You can see it's absolutely gorgeous day here in Nicaragua. I wonder if I could spin this camera around. Probably not, but you can see just how beautiful, that lake is. I mean, it is just absolutely awesome. You can see that. I hope this showed up and was okay audio wise, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you have a great day. Make sure you take the time to get outside, and we'll talk to you again soon.